I guess time really flies in outer space because, Jim, did you know that it has been 30 years since Star Trek first came on the air?
You know, I remember watching that first episode from my crib.
Well, I don't know what time warp you've entered, but the stars of the show assemble on Earth this weekend to celebrate their stellar anniversary.
For details on that, let's boldly go to Dennis Michael, who's standing by on a spot familiar to every Trekkie. Dennis?
Very familiar indeed. This is the bridge set of the USS Voyager from Star Trek Voyager, and this is the week that the future celebrates the past, because it was 30 years ago this week that NBC introduced a shaky new adventure show called Star Trek, which barely survived 3 seasons, but now 30 years later has never looked better.
Space, the final frontier.
Frontier was a key word. Star Trek was at first a Western in funny clothes, described by its creator Gene Roddenberry as wagon train to the stars. But over the course of its transformation from failed TV show to cultural phenomenon, it became much more.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Star Trek yielded a series of films, a next-generation television series, and spin-offs Deep Space Nine and Voyager, 7 movies, 15 seasons of television.
The themes involved are durable. They're very durable. They've been around for a long time and will continue to be around. And I think when Star Trek is at its best, it's dealing with very current, always current themes.
The impact of Star Trek can be felt throughout our culture.
It's hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't know what a phaser is, or beam me up means, or what warp speed means, or what a Klingon is. These are things that are part of the American mythology, part of American nomenclature.
But it isn't just special effects or zippy action sequences that keep Star Trek a viable franchise. According to Star Trek's newest captain, Kate Mulgrew, it's an attitude.
Star Trek is about hope. There's a responsibility here. There's a kind of cachet here that I think exists nowhere else. And the fact that it's survived for 30 years says a great deal, I think, for its intelligence.
I think that all of it has been very good entertainment and enlightening and illuminating about our lives, giving us some insight into the human condition and about who we are and who we strive to be and what we are at our best.
The late Gene Roddenberry was honored at this weekend's 30th anniversary celebration at the NASA facility in Huntsville, Alabama. Majel Barrett Roddenberry was there to represent her late husband.
These are Gene's own words. Why are we now traveling into space? Well, why indeed do we trouble to look past the next mountain? Our prime obligation to ourselves is to make the unknown known. We're on a journey to keep an appointment with whatever we are.
And the future of the future?
For us, the job is to just keep trying to do it the best we can.
That 30th anniversary celebration in Huntsville over the weekend had the biggest collection of Star Trek cast members ever assembled. One of the people who was there is our guest, Robert Picardo, who plays the Voyager's doctor, otherwise unnamed. He's a holograph. Tell me about Huntsville. What happened in Huntsville?
Well, I was on stage with Dee Kelly, Bones from the original series, and I turned to him and I said, you know, I need a little advice from you, Dee. We have a character on Voyager named Ensign Harry Kim, and I'm hoping this season to get a scene where we're over the body of a fallen comrade, and I have to look up and say, he's dead, Kim. And, of course, Dee Kelly turned to the audience and said, yeah, they just can't do without us, can they?
This is the sort of stuff we're going to be hearing about on the 30th anniversary special, which I understand is coming up October 6th on UPN. Is that right?
That's right. 2 hours live.
All right. Well, then we are going to boldly go to where we go to this time every show, go to break. And so Showbiz Today will be back right after this.